Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Going Higher Intuitive Tarot. My name's Annemarie. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I hope you get some benefit. I hope you get some clarity. So when I did the pre-shuffle, what I kept hearing was return to innocence. So let's see what the cards have to say for you. And remember, this is a general reading, so take what's yours and leave the rest behind. Okay, take what resonates and don't force anything to fit. All right, so let's have a look. So return to innocence. We can all certainly do with returning to a bit of innocence, can't we? It's like this whole fast world is stripping us all of that innocence. And I'm not talking about naive. We've become quite naive, but it's that innocence that we're lacking. So let's see. What would you like the collective to know, please? What would you like the collective to know? Highest energy message for the collective, please. Ten sisters of light. So this is going to be a very specific reading again. So this is for those of you who it is about innocence, because an advanced soul has many gifts, but often we hide in the field of human energy. And so it's asking you to be patient because you're going through an intense period of growth. And part of that growth is always returning back to innocence, back to our inner shine. So it's reminding you, 33 that's actually my number. I'm a 33-6, interesting. So I'm going to have to claim this, which brings it, 3 and 3 brings it up to a 6, which is about harmony and family and love and balance. So it's asking you to breathe and do that breath heart release and integrate what you've learned in order to heal and to go back to your innocence. We're all being asked to go back to our innocence. So it's interesting because I was thinking about that the other day. And so the Tao is about flowing, really learning to flow and let go of what we can't control. Let go of our naivety, especially if you are an advanced soul. Advanced souls often are very sensitive beings, and we can be taken advantage of a lot. And so there's that fine line between remaining innocent and seeing the good in everyone and being naive because we are committed to that path of love and truth doesn't mean that others are. So innocence doesn't mean to be naive. It means to have that faith in the divine purpose, and letting go of the rest. So innocence is about not carrying the burdens. It doesn't mean that we're not responsible. It means to be responsible for our own story, but to not carry the burden of that. I hope that makes sense. To hand the burden over to the divine, the universe, God, whoever you ascribe to. Okay, so thank you. So it's all about harmony and balance, which brings us back to that innocence. So just now I heard the word truth. What else would you like the collective to know, please? The staff, 6 again. 551 is 6. So you've got 33, which is a master number. So with master numbers, as I can vouch for, because that is my number 33-6, that is my life path number. Master numbers have added gifts, which is an advanced soul, but also added challenges, because we need to step into our light. And we often, again, there's that fine line between being naive and being innocent. Innocent is being that child that has that innate knowing of having a right in the world. Naive just means that I trust everything everyone says, but I don't look at their behavior. And then I get shattered when their behavior doesn't correspond with their words. So the staff, beautiful, because that's a card of authority. And in order to be innocent, we need to be a master of our own internal goings on. So to be the master and the child means, again, to be responsible, but to not carry the burden. So to be responsible for my own story and be the child by handing over the burden to the divine, because that's our right. Okay, God, the universe, doesn't want us to struggle, but it is asked of us to be responsible. And in that responsibility is that innocence, because it's not about, when we think of responsibility, we think of worldly responsibilities. When I'm being responsible for my spiritual story, my physical, my material responsibilities will automatically be met. They can't not. It's when I get distracted and lost in my physical roles and my material world that I lose that accountability, because I'm so caught up with what society thinks I should be doing rather than what the divine is expecting from me. Okay? Going to the upper world. Stay connected. If I'm a master, if I'm an advanced soul, I need to, and to keep that innocence, I need to stay connected. So I hope that's making sense for some of you. And while I'm shuffling, again, thank you for being here. And please remember to like and comment if this resonates with you. And thank you for those who are supporting my channel. I know it's only new. I'm rebuilding. For those who aren't here for the first time, I've been rebuilding my entire life for the last 12 months. And I deleted all my social media to restart fresh. And so thank you so much for those who are supporting it. And yeah, remember to leave a comment and subscribe, because it does help build the channel. So, sorry, I'm going to shuffle one more time. What does the collective need to release to help them return to their innocence? What do they need to release? You need to release. You need to surrender. Whatever is holding you, whatever is anchoring you down, you need to surrender. Okay, so that's, I can release my need to control. So if I'm feeling the need to control what I can't, and that means I can't control anything outside of myself. I can only control how I respond. When I react, I give away my power. So I just did a video on my other new channel called Unapologetically Loving Yourself. And I've only just done one last week on reaction versus responses. This week's one is about forgiveness. So if you are struggling with relationships, in particular narcissistic or toxic relationships, feel free to go. I'll leave the link below but feel free to visit that channel as well, because that can be very helpful. Okay, so surrendering. What do they need to surrender, please? Well, control. What do they need to surrender? What would help them? So you need to surrender being careless with your gifts, and you need to remain disciplined. You need to have the courage. You need to let go of fear. You need to surrender fear, because fear, courage doesn't mean that there is no fear. Courage means feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay? So courage and discipline is beautiful, because sometimes it takes courage to stay disciplined, and sometimes we need to be disciplined in order to be courageous. Can you see how that works? And all of that helps, makes it, all of that becomes easier when I surrender it to God. Really awesome. And that's what brings me back to that innocence, because when I'm carrying fear, when I'm being careless and procrastinating and putting things off and making excuses, and right, I lose that discipline and I can't move forward. And then it's easy to blame others. And when I'm stuck in blaming, well, there goes my innocence. Right? What's the bottom of the deck? Pride. So surrender that ego. Surrender your ego. And ego has two faces. It has a superior face, I'm better than others, and it has an inferior face, others are better than me. Either way, I don't have power. So I need to not swing between these two physical eyes, inferior, superior. I need to come from the third eye, the soul. Okay, so release that innocent pride, release that ego pride, so that you can let go of doubt. I'm going to take one more, because that's just beautiful. I'm going to take two more, because that will give you that freedom, and innocence is freedom. Freedom is innocence. And in order to do that, I need to be honest. I need to go to the divine with an honest heart. So if I've done not the right thing, I need to own it, and I need to ask for forgiveness. Not so much from other people, because other people, especially if you're dealing with narcissistic personalities, they can hold that against you. They will weaponize your vulnerability for asking for forgiveness. So we need to go inward into our heart space, into our third eye, and we need to go upward and ask for that forgiveness with that honest heart. So that's beautiful. All right, let's clarify a little bit with the tarot. I'm going to just pull a few tarot cards. What else would the collective benefit from knowing, please? What else do they need to release in order to go back to their innocence? Page of Swords, Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. Wow. Two of Wands and Seven of Pentacles. So you've been doing a lot of work. What I'm hearing right now is surrender the fear. Stop blocking yourself. Okay, you're at a crossroads. Take some steps forward. Take some steps forward. Page of Swords is very innocent. This Page of Swords in particular, is very curious. So keep learning, keep growing, keep your sense of humor, but keep your wits about you, because I feel that whatever is around you, it's finished. Oh, wow. Okay. So you're in a beautiful space of growth and nurturing. Nurture that innocence. Use that discipline and nurture your innocence, because you've got the Two of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck was the Three of Wands. And when they come out together, it's a huge sign of you are a master manifester, and you've been doing a lot of manifesting. So remember, think about what you want. Don't think about what you don't want, because that's what you're going to manifest. And if you're a good manifester, then you need to focus on what you want. Okay? And returning to innocence will help you get what you want, because as a child, again, we have this innate knowing of having a right in the world. So we don't even struggle, because it doesn't even enter our mind. It's not even on our radar. Okay, an innocent child, and I'm not talking about a spoiled child, I'm talking about an innocent child who just has that love, doesn't even have the fear of, am I being loved? They just know they are. And they just know that they are, whatever they need is there for them. Okay, they have that trust, that innocence, that they are being cared for. So that's really beautiful. They have that trust that they are being nurtured. Okay, you've got the eight, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, so things are going into your favor. Ace of Wands, you are inspired to keep following your passion, so do that with love. And you've got the Death card, so whatever you've been hanging on to, it's you're going through a huge transformation, which I'm going to take you back to that advanced soul who has these many gifts. Okay, that's really beautiful. The Magician, you've got the Magician, so the Magician is very resourceful. As above, so below. Again, master manifester. So think about what you want. Don't think about what you don't want. It's that simple. Because we, as humans, not as souls, not as spirits, as humans, we have a habit of thinking about what we don't want and then wonder why we get what we don't want. Okay? And the Seven of Pentacles, your harvest is coming in. So be patient. The Wheel of Fortune, you trust that whatever the universe brings you is all good. And you trust that your ideas and your direction, that you're going in the right direction. So I'll just get some clarifiers. Can you clarify the Page of Swords, please? So the Ace of Wands is beautiful because it's, new inspiration, new spark, newness. So use that spark to drive you forward. Use that enthusiasm, to drive you forward, because that's how you surrender. That's how you end up. I mean, look at this. If you put these two together, how beautiful is that? This is your reading. For whoever this is your reading. So again, resonate. Take what resonates. Nine of Swords, the Chariot, and the Death card. So to clarify, the Page of Swords about continue to learn. If I don't continue to learn, I'm going to start getting stuck in my head. I'm going to start getting anxious and depressed because I don't know where I'm going. And I go back into that naivety and wonder why the world is so shitty, instead of thinking the world is beautiful. Okay. You've got the Chariot. You're moving forward from whatever whatever you've had to finish. So death has come out twice. So stop allowing life to depress you. Stop allowing life to get you all anxious and all up in your head. And if you're genuinely surrendering, then this will go, because it is finished. Okay, but if you keep repeating it, you keep ruminating over the same things, you're going to create another cycle, because death is saying that you've transformed something already. So don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. What else would you like the collective to know, please? I will ask more with another deck about this Nine of Swords, just to be sure. But for now, I'm just going to ask overall clarifications. What else would you like the collective to know, please? Clarify what's already here. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, nice. Bottom, oh, wow. You know what just fell out? 10 of Pentacles. And the bottom of the deck is 10 of Cups. You got to trust. If you've been genuinely doing the work and you're stepping into your authority, master, manifester, master of the self story, then trust it. Ace of Pentacles, that's come out twice as well. You know, there's a new material offer. Could be family, could be love, it could be finances, could be jobs, because things of justice, things are being made fair in your favor now. So if you feel like you've been a bit hard done by, I can relate to that. You're stepping into your self-empowerment. So trust it. Trust you've done the work. Ace of Cups, you're starting to feel, you're filling your own cup, you're filling your own heart, and you're allowing the divine to fill it up for you. So that's just beautiful. So what are these other cards? Five of Pentacles and Knight of Cups reversed. Oh, okay. I was wondering whether this Knight of Swords might be to do with someone else around you. Take it how it resonates. You got the Five of Cups and the Knight of Cups reversed. So someone has been quite manipulative, and they're kind of feeling like they've been left out in the cold, because they can obviously see that you're moving forward. So this could very well be them having sleepless nights. The fact that you are taking the reins and returning to your innocence. If others aren't stepping into their own light, they kind of resent anyone that does. Because the more you step into your light, the more it shows, the more it mirrors to them what they're not doing. And so, okay, that makes more sense. They're seeing you stepping into your 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. So that's ultimate wish fulfillment. And you had the 9 of Cups as well at the bottom of the deck. So release any, if there's any, if you're still carrying any kind of mindset of lacking, of a poverty mentality, make sure you release that. That's part of the surrender, okay? Because you want to keep moving forward. Now it makes sense. Okay, so this Page of Swords, even though I want you to keep growing, it's saying to keep, not I, the divine wants you to keep growing, but on the other hand, it's also saying that someone is watching you. Someone's watching you glow up. Someone's watching you return to that innocence. Because even though people mock innocence, innocence is the most beautiful power because you've got nothing to prove and no one to impress. And everyone loves an innocent baby, right? Because they just feel that they belong. So if someone is watching you glow up, someone is watching you get what you deserve by the looks of it, because you're done. You've walked away. It looks like you're walking away from it. I hope this makes sense for someone. This is quite specific, isn't it? Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Keep that honesty in your heart, because you can't always expect the truth from others, but you can expect it from yourself, and you can expect it from the divine. The divine will never lie to you. Okay, others will, but the divine won't. Okay, so that makes more sense. I'm just going to get some general clarifiers. Where did my other deck go? Oh, there it is. And then we'll pull some advice. What else would you like the collective to know? A bit more clarification, please, on these cards, on this tarot deck, on this reading for the collective. Some clarifications, please. Especially around this Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups reversed, and the Nine of Swords. Seven of Swords. So there's someone around you that's being very sneaky. Can you see? Very stealth, trying to get away. And they want to steal your energy. And the problem is they think they can still get away with it. So make sure your boundaries are very firm. Yeah, because the Knight of Wands is a beautiful card. It can be new spark. It can be, dancing to the beat of your own drum. But it can also be a very fiery, very angry, very determined to get what they want. Okay? So you got the Wheel of Fortune twice. You don't care. You're on your mission to return to that innocence, to claim your fortune, to claim your fate. Wow. The devil is here to challenge you, to keep breaking those chains of attachment. The devil is here to entice you. So that can be through someone else. They may be very good at love bombing. They may be very good at making you feel guilty or making you feel sorry for them. Don't. Nine of Wands. So you've done, you've battled, and you're tired, and you're wounded, and you're healing. You've been healing. Wow, beautiful. Yeah, there it is. You've been transitioning away from that turbulent water to the calmer waters, and you've had to go inward a lot by the looks of it. For those of you who can resonate with this, there's the Five of Pentacles again, because they see you now, because they feel like a fool, because they realize that you're not. They see that you're taking that leap of faith. There's your into your Nine of Cups again. Okay, which is wish fulfillment. So they feel like a fool because they've lost out. Wow, they've lost out. But you're no fool. You're trusting the universe, you're trusting God, you're trusting yourself. And the fool is innocent. Okay, so not naive, don't be naive. They've been naive to think that you would, if those of you who have separated, they were naive to think that you would never leave. they were naive to think that you would keep taking them back. But you're busy surrendering and claiming your right. Claiming your right to, oh my goodness, claiming your right to divine love. And to me, divine love starts with myself and starts with God, with the universe. And you will be successful at that. And then if you're looking for other romantic love, then that will come, because then it will be successful. But if you're still in that healing space and you're still trying to understand that fine line between innocence and naivety, make sure you spend time on your own in solitude with the divine, because the divine has your back. Okay, the sun, the happiest card in the world, in the deck, in the world, yeah, because it's the sun. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. Don't know what that's about then. Just then, okay, there's some release. For those of you, there's some release happening. There's the two once again. So you're taking steps. There's the Chariot again. There's the Seven of Pentacles again. Your harvest is coming in. So stay strong. Stay strong. Stop blocking yourself. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's just get some advice. Let's just get some advice. What advice do you have for the collective, please? And then we'll close out this reading with a bit of wisdom from the Hummingbird Wisdom deck. What advice do you have for the collective, please? Yeah, so don't be naive, don't be fooled, especially if someone is trying to come back in. They're only coming back in, sorry to say, not because they love you. If you've been always available for them and you've been their A-grade supply, they're missing what you're able to do for them and what you're able to give them, not because they love you. That's a painful realization. I know, I've been through it. So I understand that. Don't let them love bomb you or make you feel guilty or make you feel sorry for them. All right. What would you like the advice for the collective, please? Thank you. Nice. Anything else? Really beautiful cards. As adults, we don't even think about innocence, and yet we have to return back. Thank you. To our, thank you. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Watch your words. Okay. Words are energy. Words are actions. And action means karma. Okay. The literal the literal translation of karma means action. So when I speak negative words, when I speak destructive words, that's going to come back at me. All right? And make sure you keep seeing the bigger picture. So step back. Give yourself permission to step back so that you can, sometimes we're too close to a building, too close to an object, and we can't quite see. We have to sort of step back to get our focus right. So the first one that jumped out, talking about going back to innocence, time for a beginner mind. A true master, a true teacher never stops learning. A true master knows how to keep their innocence. Okay, there's the balance between a master and a child. We need to be a child by surrendering, and we need to be a master by owning our powers, not giving them away. That's naivety. Okay, they're our God-given right. So beautiful. Time for beginner mind, the porcupine spirit. And after that came time to collaborate, the ant spirit. So this is collaborating with this universe, the divine, the source of all energy. And then came trust the great mystery, whale spirit. Isn't that amazing? And then the last one, keep that innocent heart, because that's what keeps you open to infinite possibilities. Okay, really beautiful. So I'm going to finish off this, I'm going to close off this reading. That went a bit longer than I planned, but obviously someone out there, someone who needs to hear this. So I hope this is you, because this is a beautiful reading. And, you know, it looks like you've done a lot of healing. You've come from a space of pain and hurt. And you've been surrendering, and keep surrendering, because that's your biggest protection. Okay, just one or two cards, please. What bit of wisdom do you have? Thank you. Anything else? Okay, thank you. Okay. The little things. Take time to rest upon your perch and delight in every tiny miracle. So that's what you need to do. You got to balance, okay? You got to balance between resting and doing, between being and doing, in order to, here you go again, torpor. Rest your weary wings and replenish your energy for the flight ahead. So hummingbirds, they go into this state of torpor, which is where, because they have to do such long flights, they are conditioned to be able to rest mid-flight. And so their torpor means that their wings are going so fast that it doesn't even look like they're flying, but that's gives them the ability to stay put in one position and just rest, which is quite, you know, a contrast. So that is just beautiful. There it is again. Do not feel small. You are stronger, braver, and more valued than you know. It's time to tap into your true source of power. You are a powerful warrior. And again, the true warrior doesn't go into anything with anger. You know, I used to teach karate many years ago. And one of the things you learn is that you are more powerful when you go into the ring very calmly than when you go in there with anger. Because when you go in with anger, you're actually open to your opponent for attack, because because anger is emotion. And when you're not angry, then you're more in control of yourself. So thank you for listening, and I hope this benefited someone. I hope this was clear for someone, because that's very specific. And please do remember, and if you have, you know, if you do resonate with this, I'd love to hear your story. Drop it down in the comments. And until next time, lots of love. Bye for now.